Malwarebytes has released a new version that they claim can replace your traditional antivirus software. Can it stand up to its claims? Well, this is Malware Geek, and today we're going to be taking a look at Malwarebytes Anti-Malware 3.0 Beta. Hey everyone, welcome to another Malware Geek review. Today we're going to be taking a look at Malwarebytes Anti-Malware 3.0 Beta. This is Malwarebytes' latest version of their flagship product. Basically, they're integrating their malware protection, anti-exploit, and their new anti-ransomware, which is interesting because ransomware is one of the biggest threats on the internet today. They claim that it can replace your traditional antivirus software. As you can see here, next generation antivirus replacement. And here you hear from the CEO himself, yes, it can replace your traditional antivirus. Can you still run it alongside, I don't know why he chose Symantec and McAfee, like why'd you choose those two, but it runs with all major antivirus software. It has anti-malware, anti-exploit, anti-ransomware, website protection, and remediation technologies, all integrated into one. If you're not aware of Malwarebytes, they did they did have a separate anti-exploit, and it looks like with this they're trying to integrate it all into one package. So here's what the new user interface looks like. It looks pretty modern. I do have a complaint about it though. It seems really cluttered under the settings section. To me, it looks cluttered. I mean, can we just simplify it a little bit and maybe, make the buttons a little bit bigger and things like that? I don't like how cluttered it is. It's not a terrible user interface, but I think they could just make it a little bit more sleek than what it is right now. So, like I said, web protection, exploit protection, malware protection, and ransomware protection. We're going to check it, make sure it's up to date. It is. Did apply the most recent update. So, we're going to see how well it does. We have some malware links here. These are fairly recent malware links. So, I was going to use Komodo Cleaning Essentials, but, well, let's see here. I'm just feeling lazy today, so I don't feel like using Komodo Cleaning Essentials. So anyway, here is Malwarebytes in memory. It doesn't seem to be too overbearing on the system. It does have a few processes here, Malwarebytes, but it doesn't seem to be, eating away at the CPU or anything like that. So, not really, it's not really that bad. So, haven't really noticed a big performance issue or anything like that. So, here are 10 malicious URLs, and we're going to test them against Malwarebytes and see just how well its active malware intrusion prevention is, and then we're going to get a malware pack and we're going to see what its overall detection rate is. So, here is the first malicious URL, juniorgolfclubs.exe. Yeah, that sounds like something I want to run on my PC. Didn't load. Let's try that again. There it is. Okay, so let's run this. Ah, seriously. Okay, let me shut off this stupid smart screen. Okay, so I shut off stupid smart screen filter because I forgot. You know, Microsoft loves to shove things in your face. It did load because it's right there, but I'm not sure if this is actually malicious or not. Because when I close it, it just closes out. It doesn't seem to... That's strange, because on the MD5 it was flagged as malware. This is coming from a Chinese domain, so we're going to go ahead and save it to our desktop. You always got to be wary of things that are coming from, you know, Chinese domains. Okay. Let's extract this to the desktop. And here's the application. I loaded a temp file into memory. And it looks like some sort of installer. And it's put something onto the computer. So, and it found a DLL file. Windows downloaded program files and it blocked it. So that is probably some kind of bundled software, you know, disguised as to be legitimate, but it's actually malware. Here's the next URL. That was blocked. That was a exploit kit. Here's the next piece of malware. Got something going on in the background. CPU is running like crazy. That looks like a piece of malware. No alert from, there it is, right there. And it's eating away at the CPU. So no alert from Malwarebytes on that one. I think that's a hollow file or something. But hollow files can be used by malicious, by malware. I'm going to save this one. And corrupted. No, it's not. I tested this link earlier. So let me save it to the desktop. That way I can run it. There it is. There, it's right there in memory. It's made another copy of itself, and there's something, some kind of a Chinese folder, or Chinese file. Close that out. Interesting. Moving right along. That one was quarantined. Ransom Server. Oh, nice. So Server, if you're not aware of it, is a piece of encrypting malware. Encrypts your files, takes them hostage until you pay them. It's really dangerous. And that's another variant of Server right there. So that was probably just the same file. But in any case, it blocked both files. So that's good. Here's the next URL. Well, the browser's locked up. Let's see what we got going on here. Yeah, see that? It looks like there's some sort of an exploit kit at work here. Or there was. Not sure if it dropped any malware onto the system. I didn't see anything load into memory, but that doesn't mean that it didn't. That one was blocked. Potentially unwanted program. Close out Malwarebytes. Let's do the final URL here. It's loaded a URL. This looks like some sort of adware. It's loading things that I'm not necessarily wanting it to load. Interesting. Okay, well, in any case, I'm going to grab, ooh, we have some more stuff on the desktop. That's fun. What's this index thing? It's a registry editor, supposedly. Wasn't there before. But, in any case, let's close this out. And I'm going to run Zamana and Hitman Pro and see what we've got going on here. So I will be right back. Okay, so Hitman Pro and Zamana finished scanning and they did find some malware. We have some active malware in memory, adware. This is a Trojan, related to a Trojan. Riskware, looks like some more adware stuff. Another Trojan. Actually, I think that one was blocked. I think it's sitting there. I don't know, it's sitting in app data. This one is on the desktop. It's this file right here. It's the one I ran related to this. And that one is marked as a piece of adware. So yeah, DLL file, file related to a Trojan running in memory. Yeah, so the system is infected, to say the least. So not entirely impressed with the first portion of this test. I think it could have done better. Malwarebytes has never let this much malware through, but for some reason today, and it is up to date. I updated it, so I'm really kind of, disappointed. So anyways, I'm going to restore this machine to a clean state, and then we're going to do the second part of the test where I'm going to drag a pack of malware onto the desktop and see what its overall detection rate is. So I'll be back shortly. Okay, so in this folder, pack of malware, we have, how many do we have? 456 different pieces of malware. These all might not be different, but it's quite a bit of malware. So we're going to see what we've got here. So I'm going to flip on the malware protection back on, make sure everything's running. Then we're going to do a right-click scan, see how many it detects, and then what it doesn't detect, we'll run some and see if it can stop them. So yeah, let me do the right-click scan. Again, I will make sure that it is fully up to date. It is. And we're going to scan with Malwarebytes. So I'll be back when it's done. Okay, so Malwarebytes finished scanning and it left over 399 pieces of malware. That relates or translates to a detection ratio of 12.5%. Oh God, what can I say about it? That's bad. That I don't know if it's because this is a beta and they haven't integrated the database correctly, but that's atrocious. There can't be this. That there can't be. It can't be missing that much malware. These are all not benign files, I guarantee you. These are adware, that sort of stuff. So I'm going to run some of these for fun. And we're going to see what happens. So again, it is up to date, by the way. It's up to date. I can click that button all day long and it says it's current. So let's run some of these. And by the way, the real-time, I will show you again. The real-time protection is on. On. It's all on. So let's run some of these. Okay. Looks like some sort of adware. Free VPN. There's that one in memory. That one has also made it into memory. Let me go down here and try to find some more nasty customers. Okay, that one looks like a benign file. Well, hotspot shield, sure. Some of these may actually be legitimate false positives. This one wants the .NET framework. Hang on just a second. Okay, so I ran some of these files and not quite sure what's going on here. So I'm gonna go ahead and run Hitman Pro and see what we've got going on here. We have some malware running in, interestingly enough, I can't seem to run any executable files anymore successfully. I keep getting that pop-up and I'm not quite sure why. Well, I mean they're running, but I don't know why I keep getting that pop-up. Let me rephrase that. So let me run Hitman Pro and see what we got going on here. I'll be right back. Okay, so Hitman Pro is still trying to scan. I think it's hanging or it's stuck. But we have some malware, and not good malware either. Specifically the Neshta virus. Neshta is a patching virus. It infects executable files within Windows. And that's why I keep getting this weird pop-up every time I try to execute a file. Because the computer is infected with a patching virus. So, again, see, I can't even open Malwarebytes. That to me is a big fat failure. That's just unacceptable. I'm sorry. I can't recommend this product at this point as a replacement for your traditional antivirus, because it let something through. That's why I couldn't continue executing those pieces of malware, because the computer is now infected with a patching virus, which, in my opinion, the system is now unusable, because it's infected with a patching virus. It's, you know, when I try to execute an executable, it's probably running the virus code. So, my thoughts on Malwarebytes 3.0. It failed. I can't be nice about this. I used to love Malwarebytes, but I don't know what's going on. I know this is a beta. Come on, really? Fix it. That's what I gotta say. Fix it before you release it. Don't release it like this. It did not perform well in this test at all. It allowed malware through that it shouldn't be allowing through, like the Neshta virus. I mean, that's some pretty severe stuff right there. It basically renders your computer unusable. Like, I can't even... Like, I get this pop-up that says I'll need a new app to open an executable file. An executable file doesn't need an app to open. So I'm not impressed. So, Malwarebytes 3.0, replacement for your traditional antivirus? No. No, it's not. Fix it. I expect better. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I will talk to you guys later, and always be safe.